All right, welcome everyone. I'm going to be starting over with the Voice of the Martyrs. I am in Devotional, and it's basically, this is what this symbol means. And so this is just the introduction. I will go ahead and read the intro pages, what people are saying about this devotional, before we actually get in and read day one. Okay, let me just check the airport queue, make sure I have enough time. Okay, so what people are saying about I am in. There is no doubt that radical Islam is one of the greatest challenges facing the church today. These inspiring accounts of the persecuted church will move you to tears and then drive you to your knees. We all have a scriptural responsibility to stand up for and stand with our brothers and sisters who are going through the fire. Don't let the horrors described here intimidate you, because fear is a terrorist's greatest weapon. Instead, be stirred up to pray that the Holy Spirit may give you boldness to speak out, to take action, to get involved. Don't let these indescribable crimes fill you with hatred for Muslims. Many Muslims would join us in condemning these atrocities. We are called to follow our Savior in loving our enemies, serving their needs, and having compassion on their blindness. The sacrificial faith of the suffering saints described in this book show us all how we are to respond at this time of crisis, courageously daring to love Muslims with the love of Christ. VOM's I Am In, or Voice of the Martyrs, is a challenging mosaic of stories that remind us of normal Christianity, faith that is lived out in persecution. There are a lot of reminders within the pages of this book. We are reminded that there are no such entities as a free church or a persecuted church. There is simply one church, always persecuted and free. The church in persecution teaches us how to pray, not that their persecution might end, but that they might be obedient through their sufferings. This is a prayer that prays both halves of the prayer of Jesus. It is always appropriate to pray for, let this cup pass, while never forgetting to pray to the Father that thy will be done. Islamic terrorism is often the lead news story of the day, but Jesus promised to build his church and that the gates of hell would not prevail against it. So although terrorism grabs the headlines, Jesus' followers are flourishing right in the heart of danger. I Am In was written to tell the stories of brave believers on the front lines of today's raging spiritual battle. Their courage will inspire you to think differently, live differently, and your heart will be refreshed as you get to know them. I believe they have become the new face of Christianity, and we can learn much from them. The word retreat is foreign to the gospel. Brothers and sisters who live in harm's way today are in no way waving white flags. Instead, they're yelling charge and taking the gospel to the ends of the earth, even if it costs them their lives. Instability is our new normal. The gospel must ever be preached under pressure, and we must give up the idea that we can truly stand up for Jesus anywhere in the world without suffering for him. The only people in the world who can avoid the equal and opposite errors of Islamophobia and naive accommodations are the followers of Jesus, who love Jesus enough to share in his sufferings and who love Muslims enough to suffer and die for them. The further we are removed from the sufferings of others, the easier it is to do nothing. We must not allow ourselves that option. Through these stories, please allow yourself to draw near to our persecuted brothers and sisters. In my role as a leader of a missions agency reaching out to Muslim people, I've been pulled into the suffering. Personal friends have been beaten, imprisoned, tortured, or killed. My tears, sleepless nights, and prayers didn't seem enough. I am extremely grateful for a partnership we now have with the Voice of the Martyrs. In practical ways, they are helping us deal with the persecution and showing us how to get back up and press on with the good news of God's love through Jesus. This book will help us all respond in compassion. It has been our honor and privilege to pray, weep, and serve alongside brothers and sisters who have suffered for Christ at the hands of their families, neighbors, and governments. As we recall their faces and tell their stories, we join the Apostle Paul in saying, I thank my God every time I remember you. I always pray with joy because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. Philippians 1:3-5. God is at work in extraordinary ways in the midst of the worst possible terror, oppression, and violence. The Christians you will meet in this book reveal a hope and strength that is both supernatural and eternal. These family members have completely abandoned their personal agendas and are learning to trust God absolutely. We have much to learn from their example. Okay, so, let's see. I think I'll go ahead and leave this video there. Just wanted to read the intro as far as what various people had to say. I read some from Operation Mobilization, OM, International Mission Board of the Southern Baptist Convention, Tom Doyle, who is author of Killing Christians, Living the Faith Where It's Not Safe to Believe, and then author of Living Dead Joy, 365 Days of Living and Dying with Jesus, and then also from a missions executive with more than 30 years of service in restricted and least reached nations. And then the last one was from the executive editors of this devotional book. So also Voice of the Martyrs, you can receive like a monthly thing in the mail. You can also support this ministry, and you can order this book, because that's what I did. I ordered this, and I ordered this back March of 2016, and I believe I ordered this for my dad because there's an inscription in the front that I wrote, and I believe I wrote it to my dad. A new devotional book I ordered for you. It is a 90-day with stories of persecuted Christians over in the Middle East and our call to love and pray for our enemies. Love you always, Wendy 3 of 2016. So, all right, I'll go ahead and end this intro there, and the next video will be starting with day 1. So until the next video, take care and God bless.